Hey guys, it's Roy. Sorry I really haven't been active with vlogging recently, but I just wanted to um come on here and let you guys know that a couple weeks ago on Saturday, October 12th, I at the Brooklyn Bowl in Philly, I went to see one of my new favorite bands, Palaye Royale. Okay, they weren't the only band I went to see. Like at the same time, I also saw the three opening bands before them: Dimante, Icy Stars, and Weathers. Three other bands of new generation. So I guess that was an added bonus seeing those bands play as well. Like so I guess I just wanted to talk about my experience there and all that. So let's get to it. So let's start off with who I went with. Originally, I was gonna go the first and most important choice of who I was gonna go with was my new girlfriend. However, oh and yes, I have a girlfriend now. However, I will speak more on that in a separate vlog, in an upcoming vlog about that. So so I was gonna take my girlfriend with me, but she told me she was gonna be busy preparing, either going on a trip or preparing for a trip to Vegas to see when we were young. She talked about that in her YouTube channel. And I went with my so I went with my friend Emma, one of my high school friends. Um and like at first I was nervous about finding another person who would be interested in the band, but luckily she was more than willing. She was more than happy to accept the offer. And a good timing too, since she told me that she was looking for Pally tickets. She was looking for Pally tickets but couldn't find any. It was a stroke of luck for both of us that I found a friend to take with me, and she and that I asked her at that time. So yeah, that was good. That was good. So yeah, I went with my friend Emma. I we uh it's hard. It was a crazy night, but it was a fun night, but a crazy one, so it's hard to remember all the details. But we so me, my mom, and my sister drove to her neighborhood to pick her up, and so we and so we and so I wore this, and this is what I went as. I wore, as you can see, I'm wearing poorly applied eyeliner, but I'm wearing eyeliner. I wore my necklace, my gloves, and my Palace shirt, which I bought off Amazon. So yeah, like we, so yeah, we went together, and we um I'm trying to think of what else happened. We Okay, so we picked her up. I bought the tickets and we picked her up. And I was nervous at first because first I was nervous because I wasn't sure if the tickets were gonna work in some way, like something was gonna go wrong and we weren't gonna be able to get into the venue. Oh, and I was also nervous that we were going to the wrong place, because even though the Brooklyn Bowl is in fact a bowling alley slash concert venue, I was nervous that it was the wrong place. Actually, there were I was nervous for that. But luckily, it did in fact turn out to be the right place, and so we arrived there, and luckily we were able to get in without any trouble. So we got our tickets scanned. I had the tickets, so I had to have the responsibility of having them scanned. So like on my, how nowadays our concerts scan tickets on their phone. So we scanned the tickets, went into the venue, and uniquely, unlike my first concert, this one was at a relatively small venue at a bowling alley slash concert venue. Like I said before, like um this one had people were people were like standing around for the show. It kind of reminds me of like a basement show, like where people just stand, especially like ones from Fall Out Boy's early days, like where people stand around and jump and like go crazy vibing and all that. So yeah, it kind of remind. So yeah, me and Emma were talking about how I told Emma how it reminded me of that, like one of Fall Out Boy's early shows or basement shows in general. So anyway, I went to see them at the like I went to see them at the anyway, anyway, they were touring to support their new album Death or Glory, which I think came out like shortly after their mother died. Yeah. So yeah, that was unfortunate. Rest in peace to her. So anyway, what else happened? Oh yeah, like before the concert even started, like as we were waiting in line for the ticket sign for I mean for the ticket scanning, we were we saw Remington Leith. He was Leith. He was going to the tour bus, walking in to the tour bus, and Emma was like, "Oh look, it's Remington," and I was like, "Remington, where?" And she was like, "Shh, leave him be." Like, I was asking, "What's he doing out here? Shouldn't he be in? Shouldn't he like be in?" Inside like preparing for the show, and I was like super starstruck because like this was like the first celebrity I had ever seen like in person up close before. I like that, so I was like, so you can imagine, like, and I haven't like, really been to enough concerts like to like really know what it's like to like be that close to a to a star. I mean, to the artist. But more on that later. So yeah, we went inside. We were super excited for the show. Emma got dressed up for the show too. Ew, like she was like ew, like she had makeup on like how I did it, and she like had her purse, which reminded me of Emerson. Like how Emerson's the most style. You know how Emerson is really stylish, more stylish than the other members. He is like I we were talking about this, like how much we love Emerson's hats, like because that guy seriously has a good fashion sense. His hats are super good. And they really represent like what the image that Palaye has as a band. But anyway, yeah, we were in there, and the first act went on, which was a band called Dimante. I think I'm saying it right. Sorry if I am not, but like a female fronted metal band, or um like that like hmm And at first I was confused because I was like, I know most concerts have like opening acts, but like I was confused because I was like, I came here to see Palaye, like what's going on? And so like, I mean, it was still fun to see the opening band, but I was confused by that at first. To the point where I thought we entered the wrong show, or oh, um we did in fact enter. We're in fact in the right show. I just haven't been to enough concerts to really know like how long opening acts can be. And so, hmm, yeah, like so yeah, they went on, and then we were and then the next band went on, which was I See Stars. And it was during, I think, and while we were waiting for I See Stars to come on, um I think I think it was like I think it was like during this part where we while we were waiting, the some music was playing on the stereos at the place, and some people were getting hyped, and I was like hyped for it, because like it was just, I was so in the moment. So like AC, like the first song, I think I remember hearing on the stereos was AC/DC's Thunderstruck. And so, because I love that song, and like it gives me a boost in power, a boost in good feeling. And so, and this one slightly shorter older woman who's like, who's 2 years older than me. I mean, she was like, "We're the vibiest MFers in here," because she was getting into the music too, and I was like, "Yeah, yeah, like that." I think it was also, speaking of that woman, I think we were also, me and Emma made friends with her and this one other woman who was also there with her boyfriend. We had some good conversations. We had some good conversations with them. We were talking about patients with them, and like we were both talking to them, talking about how great the show was, talking about like how much, talking about which bands we were there to see, and like what bands we love, and like, and certain stuff. And it was pretty fun. It was pretty fun that we on like that. Speaking of I See Stars, when they went on, this is when things really started to go crazy. Like, um, this is when I experienced my first ever mosh pit. Like, when me and Emma were going into the place, we were talking about like how we were talking about, she was talking about like how, I hope we get into a mosh pit, and I was like, yeah, like, and we did, like it did, like it was a pretty big one. I mean, the venue was small, but it was a pretty big mosh pit. Like people like like, you know, mosh pits go, people jumping, shoving, and running around, like going crazy and all that. Like, yeah. And so and so and so me and Emma actually got separated for like, I think 15 minutes or more than that. And like, and so we, and at first I was kind of worried, because like at first I was kind of worried, because you know how I am, how I feel about my friends, and that. So much so that I went to one of the women that we met, and I told her, "Have you seen Emma?" And like she was like, "We'll find Emma." And we did, and luckily I found her a couple moments later. Thankfully, she told me that she told me something about mild motion sickness, about how the mosh pit was making her feel, but we still had fun. It was still lots of fun. And then after I See Stars came on, the next band was Weathers, which I'm actually really delighted I got to see, because one of my friends from college, she told me that like that I might see I might see Weathers, because Weathers is one of her favorite bands, and she knows that, and she's met them. She's met a lot of famous band people in the past. And I'm like, wow, I actually got to see one of my friend's favorite band hands. So it was hands, and they were really fun. They were really fun. So something you might have noticed is that like I'm not really like recalling like what my favorite songs by the first two bands I've listened to were. And that's because they're like still new, you know, they're still new bands, new modern day bands that are still like up and coming rising bands, including Fall Boy, the main act themselves. Like they're newer bands, so like it felt a little choppy, like not knowing the like lyrics to a lot of the songs, but it was still a fun time. I think the song I remember the most from any other band aside from Palaye that night was C'est la vie. I hate saying that name, but from a song from Weathers, and I think it, I think it went. I don't know Euphoria. Would like to meet her someday. C'est la vie. That's how the chorus goes. Like it was that one was really catchy to me. Like and it was catchy to everybody else. Like it was super. Everybody else who knew more about Weathers than I did. Um what else? Oh yeah, like Emma and the two girls that we met and the two females that we met at there, like they knew they knew like the songs to like much of Weathers band themselves. Like, well, I was just struggling to keep up. I played that brief clip because I couldn't remember the chorus to that song. Sorry. But that was another good one. So like yeah, they played that and like we and so like after Weathers did their set, there was another intermission. I mean not intermission, but there's another wait for Palaye to come on, for Palaye themselves to like get onto the stage and so we continued, and so me, Emma, and the rest of and those other two females that we met that night, we continued talking about we continued talking and I was also we continued talking and while she was talking to them, I was talking to these two other females that were right behind me. Since I was super boxed in with so many people. While we were waiting for Palette A to come on, we were like they were once again playing music on the on the stereos, and like the next song they played was Jump by Van Halen, one of my dad's favorite bands from his youth. And I was just like doing air guitar to that and like vibing along to it. You know how I am with that. And the other songs they played were Complicated by Avril Lavigne, which I started singing along to, and other people around me started singing along to it as well. And so since I went to see Avril, you already if you kept track of my vlogs, you know that I already went to see Avril and Simple Plan back in August. At the end of August, that's how I met my girl. That's how me and my girlfriend met each other, and she was. And the other songs that me and the crowd sang along to were on the stereos were Paparazzi by Lady Gaga and Teenage Dream by Katy Perry. So that was really fun. Like those were really fun to like sing along to, and we were, especially for me, Emma, and the other two girls that we met. Like we met like we were filming the moment, like we were taking selfies, filming. It was just so fun. So anyway, um oh yeah, like Palaye finally came on. Like it was like it was, and we were super excited when they did. Like when they entered the stage and played the title track from their Death and Glory album, it felt like a breath of fresh air. I was the only one singing along to the chorus. Chorus of Death and Glory, because like it was a newer song from their new album, and but it was still lots of fun. Sweat out the substances left on the floor. Clean out the chemicals, then take some more. This is a ritual, get what you need. Piss people off if you want to be free. It's death or glory, 'cause I'm effing horny. Take off my clothes, never stop the party. And if you don't like it, then go on and cancel me. That was the first song they opened with. The next song they did, I believe was their one of another Death or Glory song, Just My Type, which is my favorite Palaye song, by the way. That song is totally like how I got into that, how I discovered them. You're just my type, yeah, you're playing nice. Oh, you're gonna live a little death in your eyes. You're just my type, yeah, you don't care. And you change your mood just like you're changing your hair. You're just my type. Oh, and speaking of Just My Type, this is the song where things really started to get magical. Like as everybody was having fun, jumping around, and with their hands in the air, dancing and vibing, enjoying the night away. I was like in the spotlight, like literally with the light on me in the crowd, and like as I had one arm up, I would switch arms because my arms would ache after a while. um, Sebastian and Remington, they noticed me they noticed me waving at them, and like they noticed me waving at them, and they like gave the heart sign with their hands to me. And I was like, and one of the girls me and Emma met, they were like, "You were the one waving?" So she was so surprised, but like she was just as surprised as I was that happened. And then this was undoubtedly the best moment of the night, and also one of the best moments of my entire life. As I was as we were when we went to the when we went when during the song, during Just My Type, I don't know if it was during the bridge or during the second chorus. And I mean, Remington went into the crowd and he held my hand. I'm just gonna leave a pause for so that I can let that sink in. I am not kidding. That was like easily one of the best parts of my life. Like and when he held my hand, like some of the other females in the crowd, they like people in the crowd, they like and other the guys and girls in the crowd, they moved back, so I moved back, which that was super sweet of them, so I could like so Remington could get to me, and like I was like, and it was such a magical moment, like super cool. I am so glad that happened. I wish I was recording. I wish I had my phone out during that time. That's another thing. Like right before Pally came on, Emma asked me if she could hold my phone in her purse for safekeeping, which I obliged to. Which which now looking back, I wish I could have held on to it and like recorded the Pally parts of the show. But luckily Emma herself like got some really good parts of Pally on stage, got some really good vids of Pally on stage. So at least there's that. But anyway, back to the Pally set list. I like so like much of the songs I wrote on these pieces of paper were like the songs I was anticipating Pally would play, and luckily they did play a lot of them. Like I think probably like there's this one song that we were like, I can't remember it, but we were like snapping our fingers along, but Remington asked us to snap our fingers along to it, and it was groovy, like like a groovy kind of tune, you know. Let me know in the comments if you know what song I'm talking about. Another song they played from the Death and Glory album. I don't remember if this was from the Death or Glory album or not, but like was Dark Side of the Silver Spoon. Poor me, poor you. We can't afford the life we choose. Big dreams, small shoes. Got nothing else left to lose. Save me, save you. Until the drugs start doing you. Poor me, poor you. The dark side of the silver spoon. Yeah, that was another good one. That was another really good one that they played. Oh, and they also played what's probably my favorite song that's not on the Death or Glory album, it Dying in a Hot Tub. I don't fly like the moon again. I don't sleep here with clothes up on my head. And I don't fly the moon again. I'm dying in a hot tub. I'm dying in a hot tub with my friends. So that's all I'm gonna talk about for Palaye set list. So like yeah, like it was super fun, and yeah, like, and by the time the show and even after the show was over, the crowd was chanting one more song, one more song, one more song, and they came back and they came back and did one more song. So like they came back and did one more song where I can't remember which one it was, but they played it, and like they played it, but Emerson, who's the drummer, he switched places with the guitar player, who then I don't know the guitar player's name. It wasn't Sebastian, it was this other guy. Who then went on to the drums, I think. Like it's kind of like out during the Simple Plan show, Pierre, the lead singer, and Chuck, the drummer, switched places with each other, and so like yeah, we did two more songs actually. I can't remember which ones they were, but it was super fun. So anyway, yeah, by the time the show ended, we were exhausted. We were completely burnt out from that whole experience. It was fun, but it was tiring as well. Like my lips were chapped, my feet ached from jumping around and being on my tiptoes, waving and all that. Whew, I can still feel that. Like as me and Emma went back to my mom's car, we were talking about the show, and how great it was. And like at the very end of the show, I think Remington, like, he splashed the front row. He splashed the people in the front of the crowd with water from a water bottle he was drinking out of. And Emma said that felt like, it felt like I was being reincarnated. Like yeah, and I was like yeah. After I said yeah, it was like a baptism, and it was like a baptism. Like it was so 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 yeah, that was a epic night. Yeah, like me and one of my best friends went to a concert. I we made some new friends there. She keeps in touch. She probably keeps in touch with them since she got their Snapchats and contacts. I didn't because I can be a wimp. But like she got their Snapchats and contacts. We made new friends. We had a good time there, and so I guess so I get and as we were driving Emma home, I was like I told her, well, I thought it would be a good way for you to start your senior year. That was a good, that was a good way for her to start her senior year. That was fulfilled. I'm glad I made one of my friends happy. So anyway, yeah, we made some new friends. We got to see four awesome bands, and one of which was really cool, and the lead singer held my hand, and the first celebrity I ever interacted with in person. Like, I'll never forget that. And we just genuinely had fun. It was typically an awesome time that night. And I can't wait for my next concert. I can't wait for my next concert where hopefully I'll be able to go with my girlfriend. I can't wait for that. I might make another, maybe I'll make another video alluding to this day or talking about it a little bit more a little bit more of the details I missed out, but who knows? Only time will tell. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, comment down below or click the like button or subscribe to my channel. I need to get those subscription numbers up. So stay cool and stay good. I'll see you guys.